Today is a great, wonderful, amazing, incredible day, and I'll tell you why. Because it's a Dutch day, but not just a Dutch day, but a Dutch invention day. What the Dutch are known for. Without further ado, let's get into this reaction. Let's go.
Hey guys, we're Alexandra and Rachel from Who is Amsterdam Tours. And
Who is Amsterdam Tours? What does that mean?
in this video we show you how Dutch your life is. In other words, how Dutch inventions and ideas have influenced your lives. From entertainment to technology, food and drinks, and also sports. Trust us.
I'm interested because I have no clue. I'm being completely honest here. I have no clue what Dutch inventions or what creations Dutch people have created. I just don't know. And that's my ignorance as someone from the UK. I just don't know. I just assume a lot of things are made by Americans. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm interested to see.
Your minds will be blown by how much Dutch you touch every single day. When we
How much Dutch you touch, I love that.
moved to Amsterdam 13 and 8 years ago, we discovered that this tiny nation has shaped the world in massive ways.
Okay.
So we started to share it with our guests from Who is Amsterdam Tours. And they love to learn about this. Well, I think it's time for us to get started and help you discover how Dutch is your life, how Dutch is your life. You really need to know.
What a
Dutch
tune.
invention number 1, Wi-Fi.
No way. No way. You guys invented Wi-Fi? Like the medium how I'm communicating with you right now. Wi-Fi. Wow. What? Wow. Okay.
It's the very first question we all ask whenever we go into a cafe. What's the Wi-Fi password? If you remember this crunchy
That's
sound.
fact.
Let's thank the Dutch for the convenience of wireless internet.
Bro, no, actually, thank you very much. No. Actually, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Because without the internet, I wouldn't have this channel. I wouldn't have you guys who have subscribed, who I love. And if you haven't subscribed, click the button. Do you know what I mean? Because I post like every day. So you should be around here when I post. But like this medium that I have to communicate with you guys all the way in the Netherlands and above and beyond is incredible. And the fact that it's invented in the Netherlands, and I didn't even know that, is pretty cool.
How did it actually all come about?
In 1988, a bunch of Dutch computer scientists were working overtime at McDonald's, and they had an idea. Now that we have mobile phones, wouldn't it be nice to also have wireless internet too? Call it the power of a Big Mac? Two of them, Vic Hayes and Kees Links, took this question and turned it into reality. 2 years later, they developed a prototype called Wavelan, but it took them a really long time before the Wi-Fi became successful.
Wow.
So Kees had for 8 years a jacket with an extra large pocket to fit his laptop in order to demonstrate his invention everywhere he went.
Their breakthrough finally came in 1998 when Kees had a meeting with none other than Apple genius Steve Jobs and sold him the idea of wireless internet. The rest is history.
What would we do without wireless internet? You know, so okay, it's not Wi-Fi is different from like the internet. Internet already existed before Wi-Fi, but I remember when we used to have to plug it into the wall and have that dial-up connection with that noise. And now we can literally just leave our houses and pick up Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi all over the place, and that's incredible. That's an incredible invention.
Here's a fun fact. It was actually Kees's wife, Angela, who came up with the name Wi-Fi after its original name, Wireless Fidelity. It rhymes with high-five! High-five, Wi-Fi, high-five, Wi-Fi! In the Netherlands, you don't say Wi-Fi. We say Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Number 2, Bluetooth.
Oh my God, guys. So basically, Dutch people, you are responsible for us just going wireless in general. Like wires, you see I got wires everywhere. Well, this is, right now, what am I wearing? There's no wires. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Bluetooth. I remember when Bluetooth, that's how old I am. I remember when Bluetooth came around.
The Dutchies are a bunch of...
Before Bluetooth, it was infrared. Do you remember infrared? Where you had to literally line up the like infrared thing. I'm showing my age, but if you're a millennial like me, then you'll know what I mean.
Practical people. They like to think out of the box, like Mr. Yap Hartson. He thought it would be really amazing if we could connect one device to another one wirelessly and we could transfer data. And ta-da, Bluetooth was born. But have you ever wondered why it's got such a strange name?
Well, it was named after Harald Bluetooth, a Viking king of Denmark between the years 958 and 970.
A Viking king from Denmark. Is this true? I mean, why would you name a Viking king, but you're Dutch? I don't know.
King Harald was famous for uniting parts of Denmark and Norway into one nation and converting the Danes to Christianity. So what does an ancient Viking king have to do with wireless communication? Well, he brought things together. But that's not all. Our boy King Harald was also famous for his dead tooth, which had a dark blue/grayish tone. So his nickname was, Bluetooth. The more you know. Number 3.
Did the teeth go black and blue when they're dead? Real question. I'd like to know.
4 and 5. Cassette tape, CD, and DVD.
I promise you 1,000 songs in your pocket. In 2001, when Steve Jobs said those words, he walked the world by inventing the iPod. But Steve Jobs wouldn't be nowhere without the Dutchman called Lou Ottens. He was the one who even put any kind of music in our pocket by inventing the cassette.
Lou was born in 1926 in the Dutch province Groningen. As a boy, he was fascinated by technology when the Netherlands was occupied by Nazi Germany in World War II. He went on to study engineering and joined Dutch gadget giant Philips, where he and his team developed the world's first portable tape recorder.
I'm also old enough not to remember when the tape recorder was invented, but I'm actually old enough to remember when we had cassette tapes. And my first single, like, it was on cassette. That's how old I am. You can probably figure out how old I am. But yeah, wow. Netherlands, oh my God. You lot invented a lot of things. Like, integral things. Like, the world would not be the same without your inventions kind of thing. Crazy.
The cassette tape, and in 1982, the very first CD in the world.
Did you invent this? Say that again. Did you invent the CD as well?
The cassette tape, and in 1982, the very first CD in the world.
Really nice memories about buying your first CD. What was yours?
Wow. So you invented cassette tape and CD. Oh, actually, my first single was on CD. I think on cassette, I had like, do you remember Sister Act? I don't know if you had that in the Netherlands, but the Sister Act movie soundtrack or something. I think I had that on cassette tape. And then on CD, my first single, my mum bought it. I didn't ask for this. My mum bought me Britney Spears. My mum bought me Britney Spears' Hit Me Baby One More Time on CD. Why? I don't know. I like the song, to be fair. But that was my first single. I think I was very young. I was very young at the time, so yeah.
Mine was... I tell you what... Mine was... Living La Vida Loca. Living La Vida Loca.
What a tune.
And now back to Lou, because he didn't stop with the CD. In 1997, he and his team also invented the DVD, and then it followed by the Blu-ray disc.
Wow. Oh my God. See, DVD as well and Blu-ray. Wow. I don't even need to speak about those, like DVD, Blu-ray. Do you remember Blu-rays? Where it was high fidelity content. Oh my God.
Number 6, National Anthem.
I grew up in Singapore. We had to wake up and sing the national anthem every single morning in school. Now I think it's so
God.
funny that it's become an event.
I say, oh my God, but I used to live in Thailand and they did exactly the same thing.
Whitney Houston singing at the Super Bowl, my favorite. Lady Gaga at the inauguration. It is something that we all look forward to.
Okay, this is not what the Dutch are famous for, like what you're seeing on the screen right now. But the world's first registered national anthem was indeed written by a Dutchman. Philips of Marnix wrote it during the 80 Years' War of Independence between the Netherlands and Spain between 1568 and 1648.
Wow.
The song is about Prince of Orange, also called William the Silent, who was seen as the founding father of modern-day Netherlands.
It's called Het Wilhelmus. This is the beginning of it.
Number 7.
Let me know if that's how it goes. But you guys did the first national anthem. Wow. That's interesting. How do you gauge who was first and who wasn't first? Do you know what I mean? It's a bit weird. It's a bit hard to kind of gauge that. And I only say that because they could have been national anthems written before that, but it wasn't documented. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. But I guess it's all about documentation. And if it's documented, then there's proof. So I believe you. I believe you were the first.
Reality TV hits. If you're a TV junkie, you might recognize these shows. The brains behind it all, Dutch media mogul John de Mol Jr., whose first global hit was Big Brother in 1999.
Sorry if that was very loud because I was clapping into the microphone. I'm very, very sorry. But guys, you are responsible for my entire childhood. My entire childhood. Everything that I love. Listen, I love music. Music is like number one. So the CD, the cassette, all that type of stuff, that's important to me, right? Bluetooth to transfer music when I was a kid on my phone, that's important to me. Do you know the other thing that I absolutely love and I've always loved, and it's a bit of a guilty pleasure? Reality TV. And you know what was my number one reality TV show growing up? Big Brother. Big blood clot motherfucking brother. Sorry, that's swearing. I'm sorry. But that was my number one show. So much so that I went to the live record. You know when they had the live, I don't know about the one in the Netherlands, but in the UK, in Big Brother UK, I went to the live shows. Yes, I was in the audience. That's how much I love Big Brother. Still to this day, I watch it every year. And the fact that it was a Dutch person that created it, that's why I have to give you a round of applause because amazing. What? Reality TV? There's a lot of trash reality TV, but Big Brother's my all-time favorite.
Every Monday, John and his team brainstorm over pizza and wine and curate the cultural landscape to bring binge-worthy hit shows from Holland to Hollywood.
Wow.
Number 8,
Amazing.
Speed Camera.
You were doing so well. You were doing so well, but then you invented the speed camera. Ugh, bane of my life. No, I'm joking. Actually, it's still a very, very good invention. Why? Saves lives. It saved lives. There's so many people that speed, people that go above the speed limit and they don't monitor their speed, and they need a deterrent like a speed camera to slow them down. I have seen with my own eyes when I've been behind the wheel, drivers driving above the speed limit, but as soon as they see a sign that says speed cameras, their speed is all of a sudden regulated to normal speed, to under the speed limit. So it really does deter people because people are scared of fines. People are more scared of fines than killing other people, which shouldn't be right, but that's the thing. People are selfish. So thank you. I was joking at the start saying, oh my God, bane of my life, but actually they're very important. So thank you very much.
I'm angry. I'm seriously angry at my fellow Dutchman, Maus Gastronides. Maus invented something which I bet also you are not always very happy about.
Not always,
The
but it's
speed camera,
important.
guys. Why? This is my newest ticket. 52 euro I need to pay because on the 29th of March I was allowed to go 50 per hour and I went 56.
Yeah, you were over the speed limit. You know what I always get taught? My driving instructor always says to me, the speed limit is not a target. It's a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a limit. It's like, I think it's something like that. It's not a target, it's a limit. So just because it says you can go 50 miles an hour doesn't mean you should go 50 miles an hour. It means go somewhere near to that, within 5 miles of that. Do you know what I mean? But she was going 6 miles per hour above it. You deserve a ticket, girl. You deserve a ticket. I'm sorry.
Hey, 56, 6 more and 52 euro. And I don't get that. He was actually a speed car driver. And he got a lot of tickets himself. And so he invented it. How? He wanted to measure his own speed?
Because he wanted to keep people safe. And he knows like speeding can cause death.
Yeah.
Number 9. The eye test chart.
So, if you're wearing glasses, you might want to take a moment and
Do you know what? When she just said that eye test, I was like, man, when's the last time I had an eye test? I just thought about it just then. I was like, she said, an eye test? And I was like, wait a minute. I haven't had an eye test, but I need my eyes checked. Like, yeah. Because things are a little bit, they're not blurry. Like, I can see, but I feel like it's been at least 10 years since I've had like an eye exam, which is quite bad. I've always had really good eyes. However, I should probably have an eye test to make sure I don't have glasses. Because my mum has glasses, my brother has glasses, my dad has glasses. Maybe I should check my eyesight. But,
our fellow Dutchman, Herman Snellen.
Herman Snellen invented the original eye test in 1862.
Wow.
Today, an updated version of the Snellen chart is still used to diagnose vision problems, making the world a happier and clearer place. But that's not all. A Dutch father and son team named Hans and Zacharias Janssen invented the first microscope in the late 16th century.
So you learn glasses and microscopes. Glasses are important. Don't get me wrong. Like, so people can see, drive, fly an aeroplane, do things where they're safe and that their safety is paramount. And other people's safety if you're driving and stuff. However, microscope, do you know how important that is for modern research, for disease, for finding cures, for looking at microbiomes, looking at I don't know if it's microbiomes, I don't know, looking at microscopic things and lenses to like determine how they work. Like, I don't know, I'm not a scientist, but I just know it's very important. I know it's very important, and there's a lot of research that's been done under a microscope. It's like, what? Like, amazing. Like, it's so important.
Imagine where we would be without the microscope. How many diseases we could not heal.
That's what I said.
How many things we could not study. Thank you guys for inventing the microscope so that we can actually study COVID right now.
And there's more. In 1608, Dutch optician.
Of course she did. Like, I mean, if you invented glasses, you invented the microscope. Of course, you invented the telescope. Wow. They might be, especially those two, the telescope and the microscope, they might be two of the most important inventions maybe ever. I don't know if I can think of an invention that is more important than a microscope and a telescope. So literally studying diseases and helping us survive as humans by studying pathogens and diseases and stuff, and then looking out beyond our atmosphere to discover what's beyond it and if it can help us advance as a human race.
Hans Lippershey was the first person to apply for a patent for a telescope. Unfortunately, he got his telescopic thunder stolen by Italian astronomer Galileo Galilei, who made a telescope that magnified things 17 times bigger. Sorry, Hans, but remember, the very first one who invented the telescope was Dutch. Number 12, the fire hose.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the fire hose.
I'm just going to keep saying thank you. The fire hose. Self-explanatory, isn't it, really?
In the 15th century, Amsterdam experienced two great fires. Back then, it was a major problem because all the houses were made of wood, which meant that major parts of the city burned down. And Amsterdam was not the only city who had really problems with that. In 1672, father and son, Jan and Nicholas van der Heyden, invented the fire hose!
Weren't people using buckets of water to put out the big fires?
Yeah, lots of work. Don't want to do that. I mean,
No.
it's a good workout, but not in situations like that.
Number 13, the godfather of gin. If gin is
I know it might sound like I'm always going like, yeah, thank you very much. It's amazing. It's amazing. But I'm being honest, like, gin is my favorite drink. I can't lie about this. Gin is my favorite alcohol beverage. If you ask me, Dwayne, what's your favorite alcohol beverage? I'll probably say gin and tonic. Yeah. Wow. Thank you.
your jam, you might be surprised that the origin of gin comes from the Dutch jenever. Jenever means juniper. It's a liquor distilled from malt wine and flavored with botanicals like juniper to give it that aromatic oomph.
It's a berry, isn't it?
In 1689, William III of Orange became King of England, and he brought his love for Dutch jenever to England and made it popular. Later on,
so we do have something to do with it, because obviously gin's very popular in Britain.
in 1689, William III of Orange became King of England, and he brought his love for Dutch jenever to England and made it popular. Later on, the English developed gin from jenever.
Nobody really knows who invented it. All we know is it was actually medicine. And you're gonna get a good...
So was it invented by the Dutch or was it invented by the Brits? I would like to know. Not sure about that one. We can split it.
sleep as well. So remember guys, jenever is the grandfather of gin.
14. The Elstar apple.
Elstar apple.
An apple a day
Keeps the doctor away.
keeps the doctor away. Oh, I remember my mom. Her name was Kasia. She used to have an apple with her all the time. She would have it in her handbag, everything. Her snack every day was an apple. And it just blew my mind after I came to Holland that her favorite apple actually is Dutch. And this is it, guys. This is the Elstar apple. You can get it all over the Netherlands, all over Europe. It's super popular.
I'm not sure if I've ever had that one.
Also a little bit of sour. Perfect for apple pie. If you ever come to Amsterdam, you have to try apple pie.
Oh, that looks good. Oof. Wow. That looks really good. I love apple pie. I do. Oh, good. How do you guys have it? Do you have your apple pie just like that, dry? Or do you have it with cream? Or do you have it with custard? I'm salivating thinking about it. Let me know in the comment section how you have your apple pie.
It's very often made of Elstar apples and it's simply delicious, guys. And for me, it's so much more because, again, it's the favorite apple of my mom.
Cute.
Number 15. Tiki Taka.
I don't know what Tiki Taka is, so I can't say thank you because I don't know what it is.
If you're a soccer fan like me, you have to know of this style of playing soccer. It's called Tiki Taka. And Tiki Taka is known as a style of playing soccer which is defined by having a lot of ball possession, a lot of movement from the players, and a lot of short passes. A lot of people think that it's Spanish because it was perfected by the team FC Barcelona. But who was the coach back then? Let me guess. Was he Dutch? Yeah. His name.
I could let you guys have that. However, football was invented in the UK. I'm sorry. I can't let you have football because football was invented in the UK. So I don't know what Tiki Taka is, but I was passing the ball back and forth in short. I don't know. I don't know if I can let you have that. And it wasn't even, and it was the coach, not the play. Do you know what I mean? Like, you might need to share that with the Spanish and the Brits because we invented football. I don't know. But I'll let this slide for a moment.
It was Johan Cruyff. Not only just any kind of Dutch soccer player, it was the legend, the most famous. And just look at the style which he invented, Tiki Taka. Is this not mind-blowing? It's just brilliant.
In 1947, Johan Cruyff was born 5 minutes away from the Ajax stadium, where he would eventually become a legend. Inspired by his football-loving father, Johan started playing for the Ajax youth club at just 10 years old.
That's a cool goal.
When his father died 2 years later, he decided to become a professional player to pay tribute to his dad. And boy, did he sweep the world away. In 1971, Johan was named the Dutch and European Footballer of the Year. He became the coach of the Ajax team, leading them to multiple victories. In 1973, FC Barcelona called. From there, he invented the iconic tiki-taka.
And more than that, he was also an Amsterdammer, which means a lot for our city and especially also fans from Ajax Amsterdam. This is also the reason.
I know you, anytime I do like a video that's to do with Amsterdam, all the other Dutch people are like, why is it always Amsterdam? Amsterdam's not the only place. I just love that because in the UK we're exactly the same towards London. We're very salty towards London. It's like, fucking hell, why do you keep talking about London, man? London's not the only place. Because I'm not from London. I'm from the north of England. So I know what you mean when you're like, why is it always about Amsterdam? Say something else. I'm always like, why is it always about London? Yeah, so don't worry, I'm on your side.
Why we named our biggest stadium of Ajax Amsterdam after Johan Cruyff. So it's called the Johan Cruyff Arena. If you ever here visit it, you can really feel the legend. If you're a soccer fan, it's definitely highly recommended to do that.
And finally, we have same-sex.
How do you invent? You can't really invent same-sex marriage. Does that mean that it was passed legally in the Netherlands first? Wow, guys. I'm impressed. That is very forward thinking. That is very progressive, and that means a lot to me because I'm married to a man, same-sex marriage. So there you go. I mean, that means a lot to me. So well done. I actually, this is like the cherry on top. This is insane. Actually, a hell of a lot of what you pioneered or invented has affected my life. So, wow, genuinely, thank you to the first person that passed this law.
Marriage.
The last invention we want to share with you is not really an invention, but something the Netherlands were first in. It is a topic which is very close to our hearts because we want to share with you that we are actually a couple. Yay! We've been together happily for 3.5 years. This right that we can just be a couple here is very, very special. And the Netherlands did something on the 1st of April in 2001.
And that was no joke. After the stroke of midnight, the Netherlands became the first country in the world to legalize gay marriage when the mayor of Amsterdam, Joop Cohen, officiated the weddings of 4 gay couples at the city hall. He told the couples, there are 2 reasons to celebrate. You are celebrating your marriage to each other, and you are also celebrating your right to be married.
Whew. Wow. Got goosebumps. Wow. That's amazing. Got a little bit emotional there. Because 2001, I remember 2001, I was very, very young. I was way too young to be thinking about marriage anyways. I was only like, 14, something like that. But this first move has impacted my life, like on a deep level. And yeah, there's no words to kind of show appreciation towards the Netherlands and Amsterdam. She said Amsterdam, right? The first place where it was taking place. So yeah, obviously I need to visit because that's like incredible. It's another level of amazing. To have human rights, to be able to, you know, love and be in a relationship and be married and have a union and a partnership with somebody, regardless of their regardless of our sexuality, regardless of if the person's of the same sex, it shouldn't matter. Love should come first, and we should have equal rights regardless, you know? And yeah, not preaching, but it's amazing because I am married and I've been married for 3 years now. So yeah, wow.
After the ceremony, pink cakes and pink champagne were served to the happy guests of the world's first pink communion.
Yay! Yay! What a special day that was. From that moment on, guys, 29 countries also legalized the gay marriage. And to be honest, that's great, but it's not enough. We believe that it doesn't matter where you're from, what your skin color is, what your gender is, what your religion is, what your sexual orientation is. We all have the same rights. We too are very blessed to live in the city, which is living and breathing it. It doesn't mean that we don't have any problems here anymore, but Amsterdam, again, was the first city, and the Netherlands, the first country in the world who legalized the gay marriage. That's
Wow.
guys, for this list of Dutch inventions and ideas that changed the world. We are now, of course, super curious how Dutch your life is. What surprised you the most? So leave us some comments below. If you like this,
I might as well call myself Dutch because my God, like, these inventions have changed my life completely. There's not, the only one I can say hasn't changed my life is that Taka, the Taka football thing. That hasn't done nothing. But everything else has impacted my life. But this last one, wow, I don't have any words for how that's impacted my life. Beyond words. So, wow. Like, I have to visit the Netherlands. How have I not visited the Netherlands? I have to now. Like, I have to come. I will. But yeah, incredible. Like, actually incredible. I'm amazed. Wow. I didn't know you were the first to legalize that. I should know that, but I didn't. Incredible. 2001. Wow. Wow. We weren't even there. In the UK in 2001, I'll tell you what was happening in the UK. You couldn't even speak about, we didn't exist in education. So you couldn't, in sex education or education in general, you couldn't mention gay people. There was a law in place where we basically didn't exist. You know, when kids were taught about relationships and marriage and stuff, like, gay people just didn't exist. So yeah, that was overturned. I think it was 2004, 2005. So we were nowhere near gay marriage at that point. So yeah, we didn't even, I think it might have been like 10 years later before we legalized gay marriage. Like, genuinely, I think it was 10 years, which is crazy. Wow. Guys, yeah. Anyways, this video was amazing. Loved it. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Until the next one, I will see you very soon.